Well, I say everyone, no one's really here yet. So I've started the live 15 minutes past 10 as I've promised. And you can actually see the name of this live tonight. I will be waiting here, see if anyone is going to join tonight. Because I've got a little bit of things to say. And I'm just preparing things in here. And then I'll see how many people are actually going to join. I just kind of really don't know why my hair looks like that. But I think maybe zoom it. That's gonna be better. Just put a bit of a retouch. Because I look really tired. As usual, I had a very, very long day. Good evening, Matthew. Hi. As usual, number one joiner on my lives. Right, so I'm going to put, is that top chats? So I'm gonna waiting to see if probably we're going to be about maybe 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think better do that. Okay, so for me now says 3. I'm going to tell you what I've been doing today, and then after that I'm going to start the questions that I've dropped. Well, the thing is, okay, I need to explain why I actually put a crying emoji. It's because when I myself personally thinking of like going back to 15, it's like it's a bit unfair because you don't really want to know. You know, I don't know. It's quite, I don't know, weird to feel like you're going back to 15, your own 15 self, if that makes sense. But the reason I put cries is because it makes, I don't know, it makes me a bit sad thinking of like being 15 again. Anyway. And Merhaba, what do you think of Joseph Stalin? Oh, anyway, I want to tell you what I've been doing today. Then we're going to start. I've designed about a few questions, nearly about 20 questions tonight. And the questions are going to be quite challenging. Some of them, if you don't understand it, you can just ask me to explain it to you. Okay, so about a little bit of update about myself. I have been noticing short of breath, especially ever since I started doing my ASMRs more regularly here. And I get really, really bad coughs overnight, and it was getting a bit suspicious. And I am actually, as you probably know, been training for my half marathon race, and I've noticed that I was coughing a lot, and I've noticed that when I was recording my ASMR videos, I was going really, really short of breath. So I had an X-ray test today, so I went to the hospital and I did an X-ray. Basically, the X-ray was to check my chest, and then tomorrow I've got another test, which is called a spirometry or a spirometry, whatever it is. And so that is to let me know whether I have, asthma. So I might actually be diagnosed with asthma. And that makes things a little bit challenging, I think, for me. I don't really want to think about it right now But even if it's going to be asthma, I've kind of find it a bit challenging because I wonder, would it make me more comfortable to record ASMR videos? And I don't really know. I don't know if it will actually make it easier for me to make ASMR videos like whispers. Because apparently when you are whispering like this, it's creating more pressure on your chest. And then that's why it was making me to actually take deeper breaths. But anyway, longer story short, I hope it's nothing, and I hope it's not anyway, I don't want to think that it's going to be asthma, and I hope it is not asthma. I'm going to give you what I have designed for tonight's live, because I don't want to talk so much in this live tonight, and I want you to actually interact. So yes, and I'm just going to read some of your comments here. Damn, not fun for you at all. Wish you the best. Thanks. Hi Walter, how are you? Anyway, let's stay positive. Let's hope it's nothing serious. Right. As you can see, the title of my live says ASMR Soft Spoken. If you were 15 again, what would you tell yourself? Okay, I repeat the question again. If you were 15, what would you tell to yourself? I have picked about maybe few subjects that we are going to talk about tonight. But bear in mind, tonight I don't want to be the only one who speaks. I want you to interact and talk as well. If I don't answer the comments here or your chats, please, because I'm trying to, get you interacted more in the chats with these questions. I'm going to read some of the chats here. Strikers, okay. I didn't know that. Painting from Strikers. I've never watched it actually. Kim. And hello, hi. I do see someone posted it. Actually, you've got a Russian, I think Russian name, but hi. I can't read Russian script. Okay, Matthew, so wait. I have got the questions here, so don't panic yet, because when you are 15, you don't really think about one subject. I want you to go back deeper and deeper and deeper in your own self as being 15, right? Think about different things when you were 15. I don't know. We've got the questions here. I will make better choice in life in general. So you see, you're just giving a general point of view, but I want to go deep and specific in these questions. Now, I know a lot of us are coming from different backgrounds, different cultures, different upbringings, different countries, different languages. And these questions are exactly what I wanted to put into this live for those who are going to watch the live later, so that they can actually watch it and get inspired from some of these questions. Mr. Perfect, hello, hi. So if you're ready, I want you to start interacting in these chats tonight. I know it's not many people, but it's okay. So I'm going to start. The first question. What tradition from your culture would you teach your 15-year-old self to never forget? I explained the question. Imagine you are 15 again, 15 years old. What type of culture, okay, a tradition, something that you were doing, okay, traditionally, culturally. What kind of culture would you teach yourself to never forget. I start with myself. If you're going to talk about culture, like maybe dancing. Like dancing is a culture, isn't it? Surely it's fun. But I think I wish I was learning different dances from different countries. Like Indian dance has always been my favorite dance, so that was for myself, if that's included as a culture. And never, like, it might be mannerism or it could be politeness, but I think I would probably not sneeze in public. That's a kind of culture I hate. Or like blowing my nose in public. And then I knew it. It was like part of my culture anyway, like blowing nose or like a sneeze in front of others, like in public or on a table. Like I think culturally I would have taught myself that. But I think I somehow anyway grew up like not doing things like that in public, if that makes sense. So I don't know if you are in the live, you want to answer these questions, you can do it now. If not, you can just keep watching the live and you can maybe just write it in the comments. Hello everyone, thanks so much for joining my live tonight. Thank you, Mohammed. And next question is also interesting. If you feel you don't want to answer that previous question, that's absolutely fine, because the next question is actually more fun. So let's see. I would say listen the older ones. They're the wise in general. That is nice, Matthew. That is very nice to listen to the elder. Yeah, I think that's a very nice answer. Yeah, that makes sense. But then again, when you are 15, the only thing that you wouldn't do is to actually listen to the older people. Because just imagine you're going to be 15 again. You always feel like, the older people are stupid and you're the wiser one, if that makes sense. The next question, however, is quite interesting. It says, oh, sorry, I'm about to cough. Oh, sorry. What mistake in a school of friendships would you warn your younger self? Bad friends, that's toxic friends. Toxic friendship could literally start from that age. What mistake in a school or friendship would have you warned yourself if you were 15 again? Oh, this is a very, very good question. I think I start with myself. If I was 15 again, I probably would have maybe picked some quieter and maybe the nerd of the class as a friend. I was never ever doing it, but I wish I was. I wish I was like be more friends with the nerd of the class, because I was always like hanging out with maybe not really nerds of the class, the other way around. I think that would be something I would have told myself, 15 myself, to stay away from wrong and toxic friends, because it's also important to choose. Sometimes good friends could lead you in the right direction in life as well. So I think maybe if I was 15 again, I would have picked the right friends, which I think I probably never did. Sadly. Until I got to university, and then at the university I actually started finding good friends, but not when I was 15 for sure. Now you tell me if you are going to answer this question here, or you want to answer the question later on in the comments. That's absolutely fine. I think I will come back on this live after I post it, and I will read the answers if anyone wants to answer this question. So yeah, I am going to actually write this on the top chat as well. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna make it pin message. Yeah, that's it. Now hang out with people that even have an opposite vision of things with you, that they say are your friend and insult you for your vision or things. I get that. I get that. I know where you're coming from and I understand what you mean. Exactly, that's what I mean. Finding good friends at that age is very important. Sometimes you might end up being friends with people who change our vision, as you say, Matthew, in this life. That's a very good point. You mentioned it here. And next question. I don't know if it was going to be for you being 15. It could be any age, so it's not necessarily your 15 self. If you were younger, like imagine if you were living years ago, right? Besides Bitcoin, Apple or Amazon investments, would you, what would you tell yourself apart from, it's about money in future, okay? Money and future. Apart from investing in Bitcoin and Apple and Amazon, what else, in what other shares or in what kind of businesses were you going to, invest if you were younger? So that's another question. So I want to know in what other kind of businesses you would have been investing in if you were younger. And I mean, of course, when you're younger, you don't really have that much money, do you? You probably not having even enough money unless you either have rich parents to invest in or something. But I think I started investing in gold and I still kind of have that habit, which I'm glad. And I think it's like traditionally for some countries is part of their culture to at young age you start buying gold and then you invest in gold. And I think I kind of like learned it. It was like something quite common for me to do, so buying gold basically. Investing gold has a, I didn't have that money, but you know what I mean? It's like so traditionally some people growing up, like, feeling like they have to start investing in something, if that makes sense, even if you don't have money. Sometimes your parents, like from Middle Eastern countries, they actually start investing for you and buying you gold and stuffs. But I mean, for my time, I don't think it was Bitcoin or Amazon or Apple, and then people were thinking of like investing in gold. But now you see like the prices of gold is actually increasing massively over the past 3-4 years. So what other kind of investments were you like telling yourself if you were 15? Mine was gold, which I said. But what other kind of investments were you going to do if you were 15? Like, even oh gosh, what's the name of this game? I forgot now. There's this game where it's actually gone so oh man, I forgot the name of the game. If you know, there are some games that, oh, why am I not remembering the name of that game now? Jason's robbed a bite. You might remember. No, I need to. Pokemon. Yes. So back in the time, people were actually buying these like flash kind of cards from the Pokemon. That's it. Yes, the Pokemon cards. So like maybe some people would have said, buy Pokemon cards, flash cards, or game cards, and then they would actually yeah, they actually gone so expensive in time. Or I remember some people would have like at that age, like 15-year-old or something, they started like collecting some sort of coins. I don't know. It's quite a crazy question, this investment question. It's yeah. I kind of like the vibe of tonight's live. Hello everyone. What edition Pokemon card? They aren't being sold anymore. Well, I think some of them could have still been sold on eBay. I think. Thanks, Soban. I think some Pokemon cards are still valuable. It depends which ones they are from what games. I mean, from, yeah, year it could be. But I know, for example, some of them were sold, even Legos. Like, I know some people actually selling Legos. And yeah, like on eBay for like £100 and something like that. Or like even when you are that age, just start collecting some sort of vintage things, and then maybe you can in future you can actually sell them a lot more. Or stamps, a stamp collection. Some people are really into stamp collecting. Oh, now you're not gonna sleep tonight. I'm sorry. They're still collecting. Like, I know someone who is around 26 but still has collected the cards just for the sake of habit. Yeah, some people, like I said, collecting these cards, and I think it's yeah, it's quite valuable. Actually, some of them are quite valuable. Yes, Lego too. I have a big collection of Lego Star Wars at my parents' house. Yeah, I know Legos are also very valuable, some of them. Because it seems that you're not feeling your best tonight. Everything okay? Mohammed, thanks for asking this. I was at the hospital today. I had my x-ray test from my chest because of the potential asthma. So yes, I am tired, and I had a long day, and it was not fun going to the hospital and doing the x-ray and thinking that you might be coming down with asthma. So no, I had a very stressful day. Oh, Demon Slayer. Who's watching it? I really want to watch it at some point. Going back to another. Oh, yeah. This is somehow the like continuing the previous question. What business idea would you have started if you knew what you know now? Like, imagine you know a business idea right now at your age. So, what kind of business idea were you going to give yourself if you were 15, to your 15-year-old self? A business idea. Because that's actually quite nice. Like, I think I would have probably started, if it's myself, I think I would have probably started handmade bra shop, like vintage shop maybe, or a restaurant. I think I always wanted to have a restaurant. 3 a.m. right now, can't sleep because of excitement. Oh, you're excited, very good. Good. Oh man, producing mask for COVID. Good juicy business. Yeah. Or like I remember during COVID, like these hand sanitizers, you know. But this is not your 15-year-old though, you know, this is just a few years ago. We're talking about when you were 15, but yeah, if we're going to talk about, you know, 5 years ago, yeah, I think like hand sanitizers would have sold really good. Yeah, masks. Oh boy, what a time. I'm still so I think overwhelmed of how we lost 2 years of our lives. Can you guys even believe that in the next, how many months? October, November, December. 4 months. In 4 months, it's gonna be 2026. Oh man. Even thinking about it is weird. Like, you're talking about 2026, and when you are going to talk about 2016, is actually 10 years ago. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. Can you guys believe that the next 4 months is going to be 2026? And 2016 will officially be 10 years ago. I can't believe that. You're like, oh, thanks, Mama. Thanks, Dan. My 15 a long time ago. I don't remember what was good for business. Yeah, sometimes when you are 15, I think all you want to do maybe is just like hang out with friends, maybe drinking, partying. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when you're 15, you just want to do things like that, unless you are like into studying or you're going to school, like serious school, and you're just like determined to have a better future. But yeah, when you're 15, business ideas are quite tricky, unless you're like studying like either law school at that age or like studying medicines or something. Well, not me 15 years still might be high school. Yeah, anyway, so next question is about a book. What book would you tell your 15-year-old to read at that age? Well, I was reading quite a lot of books for myself, if I'm talking about. I used to read quite a lot of books. What book? I don't know. I don't really remember thinking about like what books I was going to tell myself to read. Not sure. Yeah, you let me. What books? It's a bit tricky though. Like, you don't even remember some of the books that you study or you read. Oh, this is going to be quite interesting, this question, and I'm going to answer myself right after. I'm going to wait for a few minutes, see if anyone has got any ideas about the book. So if you remember what kind of book you were going to recommend to your own 15, let me know. 1984, The Animal Farm. Yeah, I've read them. I've read them at that age. Actually, my dad brought me The Animal Farm. Yeah. This next question is quite interesting, and especially for someone like myself, as I'm coming from Iran and coming, into that sort of society and environment of growing up in a very, very sort of, I don't know, like the main gender to be controlled, to always be in control was male. Were males, so it still is somehow, I think. Apart from like some protest happened in the country and then it changed. But anyway, listen to this next question. It says, what would you tell yourself about gender roles, expectations in your culture? Gender roles, expectation in your culture. If I start with my culture, I always wanted to make sure, like, in our society, men and women always get the right to choose their own future, to have freedom. Like, I always wanted a woman to have enough freedom and same freedom as men. That was never happening in that sort of culture I grew up in. And I always thought it's always better to, I think, maybe somehow the gender roles be somehow equal between men and women. And even if it's, nowadays we are talking about, well, not nowadays, even when I was much younger, I always knew about sort of gender neutrals and, even trans people. It's not really about gender, but expectations is something quite important as like I always wanted to make sure that the society respects all genders. Everybody is, apart from their genders, like everyone be equal and living in an equal society. It was always my expectations, and I always wanted to have that in our culture, but we never had it. So I think in Western countries, obviously things like that were much better in that case. Although even in the UK, even around 100 years ago, women did not have the right to vote. So that's quite strange, even in the UK. Or like there were beaches in the US where women were not allowed to wear bikini. And there were police officers where they were like putting fines on women to wear bikinis. And that's again like about 100 something years ago, I think 100 years ago in America. So yeah, it's like I think everything must be equal in a society. And even when it comes to football, you always see that the male football players getting paid more than women just because they're women, and that doesn't make sense to me, and somehow it's a bit strange. And I feel like, for example, this year the female football players, the football team in the UK actually won the Euro Cup. But I don't know why women are not actually getting the exact same, wage as male football players. It's quite strange. And that's quite not, even nowadays, it's not equal. Like, female football players are getting less than male football player. So yeah. Hello, Aaron. Like I say, a good question. Technically, in France and Europe in general, men provide and protect his family. Yeah, I am Persian. Hello. That's a very interesting point, Matthew, that you're saying usually in the past. Is it in the past or even now? But I think like if I was 15, probably, I don't know. Maybe I never really knew about this. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go to, let's see, what will be the next topics to talk about? Next questions are going to be quite interesting. Oh yeah, in the past, okay, 100 years ago, exactly. Okay, now. So, next question is, would you warn yourself about AI when you were 15? I mean, yeah, would you warn yourself about AI or digital privacy in the online world when you were 15? Oh gosh, I think yeah, I would have. I think I would have warned myself. Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have. I definitely would have warned myself. Yeah. No, our answer's not really. No, I think I would have warned myself. I wouldn't have scared myself. I think I would have just, talked to myself about digital privacy. Yeah, I think. Let's see what Matthew says. I think I would not warn myself because it was still a far idea in our mind. But it wasn't too far away if we are going to talk about it. Even iPhone came down with the first ever phone. Do you remember it? I don't remember it that well, but I kind of remember when iPhone came down with the first smartphone. like touch screen, everybody was like, wow, that cannot happen, or that was quite the end of Nokia era. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have warned myself, but I think I would have told myself to maybe be careful online, because there are always like weirdos online. And next question is okay, it's about relationship. Okay, toxic relationship. Would you warn yourself, your younger self, about toxic relationships? Yeah, I think I would have. Although I didn't really have any serious ones. But yeah. But I mean, like, at the same time, I was always so close to my parents, and I was actually always like getting really good. I think I was always talking to my mom or dad about it, and I somehow stayed away from it to get into a toxic relationship anyway. Like, it never even happened. Yeah, technology wasn't really, I know, exactly. Well, what about toxic relationships, Matthew? Surely you would have something to say. Does anyone have anything to say about toxic relationships to warn yourself? If you have anything, you can tell me. If not, the next question is also interesting. What? Okay, I'm going to start the next question, please. So it says, would you encourage your younger self to be more outspoken or listen more? Listen more. Yeah, definitely. Because I was always talking a lot, and I'm still talking a lot. So yeah, I think I'm probably needing someone to tell me right now to like not really talk that much. Just stop. Just listen. Don't trust the first person you love if she doesn't really like you. Yeah, that's good. Hello, Sina. I hope she keeps recording. Greeting from Poland. Polski, hello. Is it correct to say Polski? I hope it is. Hello, Rafael. Oh yeah, Matthew, that's a really good point. It is actually true to not really trust the first one, but sometimes when the first one comes to so when the first one actually comes to your, in your life, sometimes it could be the good one. I don't know. Oh, ASMR Factory, hello. Thanks. And the next one is going to be about a piece of love or dating advice that you would whisper to your own self. Right, so you're dating the first person or someone for the first time, you're dating it, and then what will be the first, advice when you're dating someone? I think, I don't know, be your own self. Be honest, I was. And maybe that's why I am here now. A dating advice. I don't know. You guys tell me, or whoever is going to watch this live later, if you wanna leave comments about this question. So yeah, I'm just trying to have a look at the other questions here. Oh, hello, Gabrielle. You're here tonight. I would say, don't be nervous. Oh, it's not true because surely when it's your first date, you definitely will be nervous. I bet even if you're going to be 40 years old and if you're going to date someone for the first time, you surely will be nervous. It's normal. Unless you just keep dating people and you get used to it and you just like get numb. Like, oh yeah, I do answer questions on Instagram. I've never seen any questions from you on Instagram, dear. So anyway, let's move on to the next question. If you were going to send one song to your own 15-year-old self, what would that song be? What song were you going to send to yourself? Avril Lavigne. I used to love Avril Lavigne. Like I was always listening to, so I think probably yeah. Or so either Avril Lavigne or Linkin Park or Eminem. Like I would probably send those. So Eminem, Linkin Park, Avril Lavigne, and what else? I think or Sting as well. Yeah, I liked Sting at that time. So yeah. Kiana, you're so pretty. Oh, Kiana, thanks. You're pretty. I actually wonder how I've been in previous live broadcast. Oh, Sina, you again. Here comes the sun from the breaths. There are always better days ahead. So that's the lyrics. If you know the song, give me the song name, because if it's the song, actually you're right. I just gave the name of the singers. You're right. Yeah, okay, so singers. Sorry. So songs or singers. Right. I got it. Okay, I got it right. Wrong. Yeah, you're right. So you actually give me the actual song. But for me, like songs from Avril Lavigne, Eminem, from Linkin Park, from Sting, definitely those. Yeah. Ooh. Beatles good. Beatles really good. Yes. Next question is actually, what habit would you force, like this is not good, force your 15-year-old self to do daily? Yoga, meditation, reading, exercises, running, basketball, football, anything. One habit that you would force your 15-year-old to do. Ooh, maybe reading more books. I think I feel like I haven't been reading more books in my youth days, probably. Meditation? Like, if I'm going to be 15-year-old, definitely I would not tell myself to do meditations. I don't even think the meditation actually works on a 15-year-old brain, does it? Actually, there might be people who are 15, maybe they do meditations. I don't know. But surely not on me. To do sport. I was really... I used to be good at sport and exercises. I was actually a sprinter, a runner at school days, and I was always good. And I was always like winning the competitions when there were like races or anything, local races or school races. Basically, I was always winning, so I think I would have been okay for exercises. And another question: what would be that dream, one dream you would have pushed your 15-year-old self to never give up? So imagine you had a dream when you were 15 and you would have pushed yourself to never give up. I think for me, it was actually acting. So I always wanted to be an actress, and I think maybe if I was 15 I would have pushed myself to do it, really. And I never did because I don't know. Rugby. Oh, rugby. Wow, nice. I know rugby in France is also very, very famous. They have done really well, I think, last year, France. I did watch rugby game last year. I like rugby. And then give me this is the final, I think it's the final question. So I think I've got one more question, and then I think that's it for tonight's live. One dream you would have pushed yourself to never give up on. And I gave it up, and that was actually a dream of being an actress and being a celebrity, basically. I don't know, maybe one day I will be, I'm not sure. But I don't know, maybe when I was 15 I kind of gave up that dream. It was a dream, really, but yeah, I gave it up. How about you? It's not 50, Sina, it's 15. Having a house in a campaign with a garden. Oh, that's quite nice. That's nice. Yeah, so that's a dream anyway. I think there's another question which could be the final question. Oh, hello, Laura. What languages would you tell your 15-year-old self to learn? So what languages would you tell your 15-year-old self to learn? I think I started myself if I was 15. I was kind of learning English since I was 6 or 7, which is why I'm actually fluent quite in English. But I think I would have probably told myself to learn French, German, Russian, Chinese, Arabic, Finnish, Swedish, Spanish. How many more? And yeah, it's these. Anyway. Yeah, I think I would have probably told myself to learn all these languages. Actually, you're saying about Bitcoin, exactly, that was the first question when we said, besides, apart from Bitcoin, Apple, Amazon investments, what else would you recommend yourself to buy? And I said gold. So that was actually the first question. We passed it. But now it's about languages. What other languages would you tell your 15-year-old self to learn? I think I would have probably I wanted to learn all the languages. And yeah, I think I've really potentially, most of all, languages would have been, apart from English, French and Spanish probably would have been the main two I would have always wanted to do. I mean, I would have told myself, my 15-year-old self, but I never done it. So now I'm here and I'm making ASMR languages, yeah, I can speak French, just a few words. I can't believe I forgot quite a lot in French. And I can speak German slightly. And I used to learn Finnish as well. Like last year, I was taking Finnish lessons because I've been traveling to Finland quite a lot. Anyway, yeah, I would tell myself to learn Chinese, Russian. I think they're becoming really important in the near future. But personally, learn Persian or Vietnamese. Ah, that's cute. Je parle un peu le français. ASMR Factory. Je parle un peu le français. What was the word? I want to go back to a French. We've got a French here. We've got a French here. Matthew, tell me, how do I say I want to learn French again? I've got French, but also I started mixing them up. I literally started mixing them up with German. So I was like saying, oh, ich möchte ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. And then I was like, je veux le français. Or parle du français. Je veux apprendre le français à nouveau. I hope I said it right. Je veux apprendre le français à nouveau. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Ich möchte ein bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Or sprechen. Okay. Ja, das ist sehr gut. Das ist sehr gut. How would you say it? That's really good in French again. Ah, très bien. You see, when I start actually going back to it, I kind of start remembering them. But not all of it. Like, I might probably even count to 5 in Finnish. Yksi, kaksi, kolme, neljä, viisi, kuusi. Kahdeksan, yhdeksän, neljä. Oof, I forgot 10 in Finnish. Or like, if I want to say I am gazelle in Finnish, I would say minä olen gazelle. Very sweet, haha. Dankeschön. Stina says probably your hobby is learning multiple languages because you're too smart. So if I want to say, yes, I know I am smart, if we have anyone from Germany, how would I say it? Is this correct to say, ja, ich weiß, ich weiß? If I want to say, yeah, I know. But I forgot, yeah, I know I'm a smart. Ugh, I forgot the word smart in German. Ich weiß, ich bin... I don't know, I don't remember. How would you say it in French, Matthew, if you're still in the life? If I want to say, yeah, I know I'm smart. I want to learn your languages tonight. Bring up some of your beautiful languages. Show me. Ich weiß, ja, ich weiß es. Dankeschön, Angelique. Ja, ich weiß. Ja, ich weiß es. Sehr gut. Das ist einfach sehr gut. I don't remember what was smart in French. Was it like... I don't know if Matthew is still in the life, but... Oh, is he still here? Bien sûr, je suis un génie ou je suis malin. That's a little bit... That's quite easier to say. Je suis malin. Is it malin? Yeah, malin. My eyes. That's right. Du spielst sehr gut. Dankeschön. Aber ich denke, is it thinking? Like denke? Yeah. Ich denke, dass mein Deutsch ist nicht sehr gut. Yeah, that's enough. And trying to see. 10K is right. Okay. So I didn't really forget everything. Je suis une gin. It would be nice if you like also write the pronunciation for me. Now I want to know, how would you say, if you have anyone else from any other countries, I can even say it in Farsi, but or Persian, but in kind of like I want to know, how would you say, I am too old to learn languages? Because I am too old to learn languages, I think. I remember back in the time I used to learn languages mainly because I was obsessed with learning languages and I was really, really doing it so good. But then I kind of left it. But how do I say it? I am too old to learn languages. Or like I am too old to learn German. Or I'm too old to learn French. Je suis trop âge pour apprendre de nouvelles langues. Is that correct though? Is it like you would say nouvelles langues? Nouvelles langues? So je suis trop âge pour apprendre de nouvelles langues. Your pronunciation is really good. Dankeschön. In German, ich bin zu alt zum Sprechen zu lernen. Ja, ich bin zu alt zum Sprechen zu lernen. Ich bin zu alt. Anyway, you guys, I've been live for about 57 minutes. I am having lives every Thursday. Next Thursday, it will be different topic. Kind of want to make sure I'm going to go with more type of creative ideas again. So I hope you liked this live tonight. Yeah, the end of novellas. Okay, Matthew. Thanks. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining this live tonight. Next Thursday, don't forget, I will be live again, probably around the same time. And thank you so much for those who joined tonight's live. Make sure, if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe. And thanks so much for those of you who taught me German tonight and French. Thank you, Angelique, for teaching me German. And thank you for telling me that I'm not old. Thank you, Matthew, for teaching me French. Thank you for all the Persian community tonight here, for typing messages that I was not really part of. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone. And sleep well. Take care. I will be back next Thursday. Oh, by the way, I might be live actually on Sunday on my Persian ASMR channel, so don't forget. Anyway, sleep well. Take care. Love you. Bye bye.